Hey y'all. Welcome in, y'all. Y'all know we having a party. This is the Trish Sells Atlanta presents the Home for the Holidays kickoff party. So please tag, like, share. Invite your family, invite your friends, invite your neighbors. Come on in so we could talk about this Home for the Holidays real estate campaign. And it's a party. If you're supposed to be registered on Zoom, I need you guys to log in. Let's see who's on Zoom. It's a party, y'all. And I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to come in. Come on, y'all. It's October 1st. It's the first day of October, my favorite month. Those who know me know why. I'll tell y'all later. Hey, Instagram. Oh, let me cut on the camera on Zoom. That would help, huh? This is how we do it. Y'all see the lag on the Zoom? This is how we do it. Y'all know I'm an 80s baby. 90s music was the best. This is how we do it at Trish Sells ATL. Sell a million houses and we're making the dash. Hey. Hey. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Straight up coming from the west side of Atlanta. I love that, y'all. I had to do my own remix and say, sell a million houses and I'm making the dash, y'all. Straight up from the west side of Atlanta. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Trish Myrick. I am a realtor here in the ATL. Probably known more so as Trish Sells ATL. That's my handle on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But let me tell you why you guys are here today. I am kind of managing a Zoom as well, y'all. So if I'm not looking directly at you, I may be looking at the other screen. But welcome to the Trish Sells ATL Home for the Holidays kickoff party. For those of you who are probably wondering, what in the world is Home for the Holidays? What is this? What is this kickoff party? What is this thing all about? So first and foremost, let me let my lender in. Reginald, I'll let you in. I got you on mute though, because I'm talking about the home for the holidays and exactly what it is. So that way, I think I have you on mute. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm on mute. Okay, Reginald, thank you. I got Reginald here with me. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Home for the Holidays, what it is. I know you guys have been seeing me posting. You've seen the marketing. You're probably like, what is this girl doing? But Home for the Holidays is, my goal is to assist 10 families buy, sell, or invest in real estate. Real estate is my absolute passion. If you have not seen the marketing video, it is my absolute passion. It is what I do. I have been in the business for 12 years here in the Atlanta market. I've been fortunate enough to sustain. I only went back to work one time and then I had to go. You know how SpongeBob say, all right, I'm gonna be out. That's pretty much what I had to do as well. But that's because I understand that my purpose and my metron is to serve the people. And I'm grateful to be able to use real estate as a vehicle to do that. So again, the Home for the Holidays campaign, I need y'all help. I need you all to tag, to like, to share your cousin, your mom, your church member, your neighbor, your virtual game person that, you're in the group with. Tell them all about the Home for the Holidays campaign. I am huge on real estate education. I believe that if you have the knowledge to make an informed decision, you will have better opportunities. So I'm big at letting you know what's going on, giving you the game. I bring my awesome team, including my lenders, my closing attorneys, all of that to make sure that you have a fluid transaction. So I just wanted to welcome you guys. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned in, that signed up. Please comment in the comment section because we're giving away prizes tonight. So if I don't know that you're there, guess what? You don't get a prize. So with that being said, if you are in the place, if your face is in the place, I see somebody on Facebook, please comment. So that way we can get your information and send you a prize. Because guess what? The first person that came into the meeting, guess what? They get a prize. So show yourself. Put your name in the comments, please. Thank you so much for being the first person. And we're going to get on without further ado so that we can not hold you long. My goal is to be out of here in less than an hour. So with that being said, I have my phenomenal mortgage broker from Masters Home Mortgages, y'all. So you talking about knowledgeable. You talking about somebody that know their job. You talking about somebody I call and be like, I don't know what we're going to do, but here, help us figure this out. Reginald Masters. And so if you all have worked with me, closed the home with me, and have ever worked with Reginald, you already know that you're in good hands and it was a pretty much seamless process. And even if we did experience a hiccup, man, we got through it. So without further ado, Reginald, you're up.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Thomas B.
That was a nice introduction, Trish.
You're welcome. We got Thomas B. We owe him a gift. Thomas, you're getting a $25 gift card. So send me your information for being the first person to comment and participate on the live. So make sure you send me a message with your information so we can put it in the mail. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Reginald. Got one giveaway down.
Yeah. So I just love trying to find we know it can be a very speak on first time on our program.
Hold on, Reginald. The sound on Zoom is killing us softly. Say something again.
I started to.
Yeah, it's spotty. You want to log into the other part? Yeah. Thomas says it's choppy. He can't understand you. But his Zoom has been acting crazy all day. Did you download the other?
Hello?
Get on the other thing that I sent you. Because it's choppy. All right, Reginald is going to join us on this platform. Y'all, I think everybody using Zoom said they tired. They tired of us. And so with that being said, Reginald is going to join us here. So I'm waiting on him to come in. Let me stop sharing my screen. Well, no, I'm going to let him in without sharing. I'm going to still share it so Instagram can see us. Instagram, I tried to have y'all set up so that you could see us while we were doing this kickoff party, but I want you guys information from Reginald. So that's why I said, hey, time out. Flag on the play, Zoom. Flag on the play. Speaking of, y'all, while we're waiting on Reginald to log in, I'm so disappointed in my home team. Y'all know, for those of you who do not know, I was raised in Atlanta. I'm Atlanta bred. So just to see my Falcons just go down the way that they've been going down, y'all. Woo! Pray for the Falcons. Pray for the Falcons. Because I am sick of it. I'm sick of them winning for the first 2 quarters and losing after halftime. We got to do better. We have got to do better. So, yeah, my poor Falcons. Blessed. Blessed, blessed. Still waiting on Reginald to come in, but I just had to get that out in the atmosphere while we were sitting here talking. But if you know anybody, y'all, that's looking to buy a home, they're looking to sell a home. I was actually in a webinar today with an opportunity that may fit some of my seller candidates. I have not released any information on it yet, but I will. So, I'm looking forward to, just having that opportunity to really, really, really share that with the sellers. And if you know anybody who wants to invest in real estate, I work with investors as well to build their asset portfolios. So, hey, please tag, like, and share anybody that you know, anybody that is potentially wanting to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. That is the purpose of the Home for the Holidays kickoff party and the campaign. It's all about assisting. Our goal this year is 10. It's 10. So I know it's at least one person that you know or that you can think of that would like to purchase, sell, even if they're on the fence and they're just kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't really know the value of my home. All you have to do is send me the address. I'll give you a whole workup, and it's for free. It's for free. It's to let you know the market valuation of your home. And then once you see that, we can kind of have a conversation about what would be the best thing that you should do concerning, selling. So it is right now a seller's market. I mean, homes. If I list a house, usually my list day is Thursday. By Friday, I have offers, and I try to give people an opportunity over the weekend to still, look at the home. But by Monday, it's a goner. It's off the market, and that's just kind of the market that we are in right now. Hold on for 1 second. Responding to a text, but that's the type of market we're in right now. So, y'all, that's the nature of the market. All right, we got Reginald on the line. So we're gonna share him. All right, Reginald.
All right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
Okay, great.
Now I got you on the screen.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
you got it.
All right.
Now I can hear you very well on here.
Okay, good, good.
Mhm. Zoom is choppy.
Yeah, it was very choppy. You were choppy too on there too.
Oh wow. I think it's just a Zoom thing. You know, everybody's been on it. Zoom said they tired. Like
Right.
everybody's on Zoom. So Thomas said you're nice and clear now. So we will carry on, y'all, with the
Okay, great. How you doing, Thomas? So, yeah. So back to what I was saying. We, Trish and I, we love first time home buyers, and I wanted to speak about some of the first time home buyer opportunities out there. So, first and foremost, we're going to talk about the traditional financing for first time home buyers. So we have conventional loans, we have FHA loans, and we actually have VA loans too as well. VA loans are going to be 100% financing. FHA loans are going to be 3.5% down. And then for first time home buyers, we actually have 3% down payment programs for conventional loans. So a lot of people aren't really aware of 3% down loans, but I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. There also is opportunities for down payment assistance too. A lot of times those are a little bit more tougher deals to do because it requires more documentation, a lot of, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, and you got to pretty much have everything that the grant requires you to have to be able to get that type of loan program. So we do have down payment assistance too as well. So, just wanted to throw that out there. I know a lot of people try to inquire about that. So that is an option for some people, not for everybody, but for some people is out there. We do loans for people that have owned homes before too. If you have a tough situation, Trish and I, we've gotten through some pretty tough situations too as well. So don't get discouraged, trying to, buy a home, because sometimes you might think you can't qualify and you can actually qualify. There's things that you can do to get yourself ready too. And that's one of the things that we do too. We actually look at your profile, and if you're not ready, we actually get you ready from a credit perspective, from a income perspective. We advise you on what you need to do to be ready to purchase your home. So we're here to help. We're here to advise you, give you good advice, and direct you in the right way, because it's our purpose to get you in a home. Our purpose, fulfilling our purpose, is to help you guys realize your home ownership goals. So
yes, it is. We got a second person that is on the live. Please show yourself. Please put your name in the chat. Everybody who attends is actually entered to win a drawing. So we're gonna have an October drawing, a November drawing, and a December drawing. So this Home for the Holidays campaign is going for 3 months. So we have the kickoff party, which is this month. That is today. We will also have a I'm So Atlanta or I'm So ATL trivia game. Whoever wins that game, they're going to get a prize. So you have different opportunities to enter for the major grand prize for October. So that would be attending the kickoff party or doing the trivia. I'll release and announce that, put it in the events. And then we're going to have a pumpkin decorating contest for the family. And so we're going to have winners for that too. So if you enter that, you'll also be entered to win the grand prize at the end of the month. So y'all, tag your friends. Hey, Natalie, thank you so much for tuning in. Tag your friends, your family, everybody, so that they can come and get this knowledge. Everybody always has mortgage questions. That's why one of the very first people that you see is someone who represents a bank, because that's one of the main questions. And guess what? My Metron and the thing that I do best is find you the home that you want. And the thing that Reginald do best is get you the money that you need to buy. So with that being said, if you have any questions concerning real estate, hey, if you have any questions concerning your mortgage, your credit score, if you have any questions about, what is an earnest money, if you have any questions about, what is the inspection period, this is the time to ask. I need y'all to tag y'all folks. I need you to send them here, share it with them, screenshot it, tell them get on Facebook right now. We'll be here up until about 7:45 answering your questions. So please tag, like, and share. Like Reginald said, we not only help first-time home buyers, we assist step-up buyers, people who have purchased a home 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. If you have a unique situation, it is our goal and to help you guys and to kind of get through, your unique situation so that we can get you pre-approved. So please, like I said, tag, like, and share. We'll be doing for October. It's a grand prize at the end of the month. So if you came here, Natalie said, yes, what is earnest money? So if you came here today, you're automatically entered to win the drawing for the grand prize at the end of the month. Thomas was the first person to get into the live. So guess what? He gets a prize. We are going to release 2 more prizes as well. You don't know when they coming. So like I said, pay attention, invite people to come in. You never know who's going to get the prize. So Tiana is asking me what's wrong with the live. But everybody, Natalie, to answer your question about earnest money. So when you find a home after you have gone through, Reginald, going through the application, completing it, submitting your documentation to him, and he gives you a pre-approval letter, that tells us how much home that we need to be looking for you. So once we find your home and you're ready to put in an offer, one of the things that they ask for on the contract is the earnest money. The earnest money is normally 1% of the purchase price. And in essence, the purpose of it is this is your good faith deposit showing the seller, hey, I really want this house. So 1% is actually the minimum. In the market that we have now, the earnest money is sometimes used as a negotiation strategy. So instead of doing 1%, so for example, if you have a house, $200,000, 1% of that would be $2,000. But let's say the seller has multiple offers. They got 5 offers on the table, right? So how can you set your offer apart from the other offers? Because industry standard is the 1%. If I were your realtor and advising you, I would say, hey, to let the seller know that you're serious, you may need to go up to about 3,000. I've seen people put as much down as 5,000 when they were absolutely sure this is the house that they want. And so that is what your earnest money is. It is your good faith, deposit saying that I want this house. It's not your down payment. That's a whole different set of money. So this is just what you're putting on your contract. And what happens with this money is the closing attorney, which is I send my earnest money to the closing attorney just to make things more fluid. The closing attorney holds this money until closing. So when closing happens, that same earnest money that has been held through the duration of the contract, because you made it to the closing table, is deducted from your purchase price. And so that, in essence, is what earnest money is. I hope y'all taking y'all notes because you're going to have a test at the end of the live. So I hope you got your notes down. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm watching them so that we can answer them. Okay?
Just to piggyback off of Trish, earnest money is one of the 3 items that you'll have to pay for up front when you're purchasing a home. So up front, earnest money will be one of the things that you have to pay for. Another thing that you're going to have to pay for is an appraisal. That appraisal cost is going to be anywhere between about $450 to $525, just depending on the type of loan that you're getting. So so you have to factor in that upfront cost too, as well as an inspection. So an inspection is not required, but it's highly recommended. And we're looking anywhere between $300 and $400 on that too as well. So 3 things that you have to pay for up front in the beginning.
Y'all gonna have a
earnest money, appraisal. Those 2 are gonna be required. And
earnest money and appraisal.
And then we have the inspection, which you want to know what's wrong with the property anyway, if there is anything, so that Trish can go back and negotiate for the, with the seller to fix certain things if they need to be fixed or repaired or things like that. So just want to throw that out there.
Georgia is a buyer beware state. So let me tell you what that means. Sellers do fill out a seller's property disclosure. However, it is based on their knowledge. So if they forget to put something on there, then guess what? We can't really hold them liable for it, because we would have to go to court and provide evidence that they knew about something and they didn't tell you. So that's why it is important for you to go and get an inspection so that you can do and that's when we say inspection in the real estate contract, you're going to see due diligence. And so that's what an inspection is. You're doing your due diligence to ensure that the hard mechanical and components of the home are to your liking. So make sure, some people try to skip out on the inspection. I don't recommend it. And I will tell you, I have 2 inspectors that I work with, one of whom I've worked with for 12 years. So with that being said, we have a team of people that are on deck that can assist you. So if you need an inspection done, like I said, I have 2 people that I work with very closely to get your inspection. So Reginald said what's required is earnest money, because y'all gonna have a test. Earnest money and your appraisal. They're absolutely required. Even though the inspection is not, it is highly recommended. And if we find something on the inspection report, that gives me an opportunity to go back and negotiate price, repairs, and all of those things so that you'll be making an informed real estate decision. That's the whole purpose of it. So Natalie has a question.
It says, I see that. I see that. So Natalie says, if you get a pre-approval for $185 and you find a house for $195, can I get that house and put down more of a down payment, or can I only get my pre-approved amount? So the pre-approved amount is actually the loan amount, not the actual sales price. So, but it is considered. So if you tell me up front, hey, I want to put 10% down, that's going to be factored into the pre-approval, showing that you're putting down 10% and what the loan amount is going to be. So so basically the pre-approval is going to be really based on the loan amount, not really the sales price of the home. So we'll have already talked about how much you want to put down or how much you are able to put down on a property. So hopefully that answered your question.
Thanks so much, Natalie. That was a great question. That is a question that is asked often, especially in the type of market that we're in. Buyers are seeing, homes that they are potentially wanting, and they might be a little higher. And if you have savings, and Reginald, let's talk to them about, how the money works as far as like down payments, when they want to put extra money down, where those money can and cannot come from. Because that's also, one of the big things that people are always asking about.
So one of the things that you guys have to be aware of is how money goes into your bank accounts. All right. So you have to be careful not to deposit over 1% of like the value of the home. So like if the value of the home is 200,000, if you deposit over 2,000 in cash, that's going to be a problem because you have to source that money. So you have to always make sure that you are depositing cash into your account the right way. If you got to get the money from a family member, we have to do a gift letter. So there's a certain letter that has to be completed to either deposit the money into your account or have that person wire the funds to the closing attorney at closing. All right. So there's multiple ways to do that, but you should always talk to the lender before you deposit a large amount of cash. Also, sometimes people use like their 401ks or, some type of investment account. You have to make sure that you always keep the documentation of any distributions and stuff like that. Make sure it's deposited into the account, and then you'll have to get like terms of withdrawal documentation and stuff like that. So always be aware and always talk to the lender before you make any large deposits into your accounts, because we know how to submit it where it won't be a problem. And if we do see large deposits, we know how to address them too up front, so it won't cause any problems.
Absolutely. And Thomas, to piggyback off of your question, can monetary gifts be used and expected? Gift letter, and then still get with Reginald, get with your lender, on how much, those are questions that you can definitely ask him. I do not, without your permission, get into the lending portion of your transaction. I do not.
So Natalie, you said gifts can only come from immediate family, correct? Well, it depends on the program. So immediate family, for FHA, there are certain family members that can only provide gifts, like parents, in-laws, brother and sister, stuff like that. You can also get money or a gift from a domestic partner too. However, if it's a domestic partner, you have to make sure that their bank statement address is the same as your address on your bank statement. Because if it's not, they're going to know that you guys don't live together. So there's little stuff like that you have to be careful of. So with conventional, it's a little bit more flexible, but FHA is a little bit more stringent on who you can actually get a gift from. So immediate family, in-laws and stuff like that, I don't even think you can even do an uncle on FHA, but I have to double check that. But I think you can't even do an uncle. It has to be brother, sister, mother, father, grandparents, or in-laws in those categories too as well, or a domestic partner. So.
Yep. So that's that on the gifts. And a lot of people, they also use their 401k. That's a big, I guess, asset that people use when they need, to get down payment. And of course, you can pull that money and then, pay it back over time with your employer. And sometimes that's a little bit, cost friendly.
So Natalie says she's scared to use her bank and money. No, you shouldn't be scared to use your bank and money. The only thing I would say is if you're gonna make a large deposit, I don't know, something flying in here. If you're gonna make a large deposit, just talk to the lender first. That's really all you have to really worry about. If you're paying something for somebody and it's consistent over multiple bank statements, that's something that can kind of cause a red flag too. So if you give like somebody money or you pay a bill for somebody, you got to kind of watch that a little bit too, because sometimes depending on the underwriter, they may question what that is. But you really shouldn't worry about, using your bank account You just want to make sure you have enough money to cover the closing costs or the cash to close at the end of the process, as well as if you have some large deposits, just talk to me, the lender, and I'll tell you how to deposit the money where it won't cause a problem. Because what happens is if you deposit a large sum of money and you can't really source it, or it doesn't come from the right source. So, for example, you can't go get a loan for a down payment. All right. You can't use a loan for a down payment. So what would happen is if you were to go get a loan and get the cash, they'll see that you got a loan. So now you got to back that money out of the assets. So it's stuff like that. So you got to just make sure, you're just doing all of that correctly. And the lender can actually advise you on that.
And a couple of other don'ts. If you're getting ready to purchase a home, do not go to Macy's and open up a new credit card. Do not go buy a new car. Do not get any loan for that matter. Even, I'm buying a house, I want to go get some new furniture, and Ashley Furniture is having this mega sale. Wait until you close. Okay. Like, I have to reiterate that to my clients. And I'm just letting you guys know, because Reginald, he's not saying it now, but if you have a loan and you're under contract and you go and, Brand Smart said that you can get this appliance package and all you got to do is apply for this card and then you'll get 10% off. He going to get an alert to tell him that you have applied for something and you're not supposed to do that during your time period where you are under contract. So y'all have to be very, very careful with that. Natalie is asking about this job for 2 years for your income to count. That's a big question. So please, especially with COVID happening, people getting kind of laid off or furloughed and all of that. How has this and how do we work around this as well?
All right. So the short answer to your question is no, you don't have to be on your job for 2 years, but it kind of really depends. So you just need a 2-year work history most of the time. And that's not really even all of the time. So for example, just to give you an example of when you don't have to be on the job for 2 years, for example, like if you just graduated from college and you've been on your job a few months, all I need is really like your transcript and then your pay stubs and stuff like that. So that's a situation where you don't have to be on the job for 2 years. Also, like if you're changing jobs, if you're in the same line of work, that's perfectly fine too as well. So we just have to be able to document the last 2 years. So you don't necessarily need to be on that particular job for 2 years. We just need a 2-year history. All right. And let me see here. Did I see another question? I'm sorry. I got so many questions. No, don't be sorry. Go ahead and ask your questions away. You have another question, Natalie? Okay. Yeah. So again, you don't necessarily have to be on that particular job for 2 years. We just need a 2-year history. Most of the time, we needed to show the same line of work. All right. One thing I do want to point out, though, is if you're self-employed or you just recently got self-employed, generally you need to be self-employed for at least 2 years. All right. There is an instance where you can get away with 1 year, but it has to be the same line of work of what you were previously doing on like a FHA loan. So sometimes you can get away with 1 year, but most of the time, probably 80% of the time, you're going to at least need 2 years. All right. Let's see here. How does pre-sales work in newly built subdivisions? All right. So as far as new construction, I'm thinking that's what you're talking about when you say that. With new construction, most of the time they're going to want you to, the process is very similar to buying an existing home. From a lender standpoint, there's a few more other documents that we have to get, like certificates of completions, different builder docs to show that the home is actually built termite inspections and stuff like that. So there are additional documents a lender has to get, but for the most part, it's really the same thing. Now, when you go and buy new construction, most of the time they're going to want you to use their preferred lender to be able to get the incentives. And that's okay. Sometimes they'll let you use an outside lender. I actually have one right now that they're letting them use me as the lender. But you have to be really strong about wanting to stick with your lender for them to honor to honor those incentives and use an outside lender. So let's see here.
And if I may interject, it is possible. And one of the ways that I have, gotten the opportunity to, use an outside lender is that if they can't offer you or they cannot match what the other lender can do, then they can allow you to use that other lender. Now, sometimes, they'll say, well, we're not going to give you the incentives and the closing costs and all of that. But that's when you have to kind of weigh the cost to see, is this important to me, or, would, a lower payment be important to me? Because a lot of times that stuff is added into your loan. And then the other thing is you don't have to use the agents that are in the new home sales home, the model home. A lot of times they think that when they walk in there, they have to use those people, but hear me and understand that they have the builder's best interest at hand, not yours. And so that's why you need your own representation that is one going to read that contract to let you know based on the pre-existing pre-approval that you have, if the builder's lender is going to work for you, if that's a good deal for you. And that's why you need your own representation, because the agents that are in the new home communities, they have the builder's interest at hand, not yours. And so that's why it's important to have your own representation and your own lending. So that way you have something to compare to, especially with the money part. Because if I had a client who she had gotten an outside pre-approval. So with the lender's pre-approval, it was the same product, but she was paying more. So we went back and forth until it was like, if you want us to use you, you're gonna have to match what she already had. And they ended up having to do that and honor that, because she would have been paying more money if she was using the product at the rate that they were basically trying to give her. And so that's why you need your own representation. And then you also need that second opinion from a lender, so that if you do walk into a new home community, and you have the knowledge that you need to make an informed decision.
Right. Yeah, basically what some of the lenders are doing is in order to give you an incentive, like if the lender is telling you they're giving you money for closing, basically what they're doing is they're adjusting the compensation for that loan officer. So that loan officer is probably assigned to that new construction builder, right? And then they have their compensation much lower than like a regular loan officer or, originator. And then what they're doing is they're raising your rate up a little bit to give you lender credits to be able to give you that incentive. So it's really, like she said, kind of built in the rate a little bit. So so you're not necessarily always getting the best rate.
Yep, that is correct. So that's why you have to, ask those questions, and, I'll put Reginald's information. I'll post it in the Trish Sells Atlanta. I'm pretty sure he's tagged in this. So if you have any questions afterwards and want to get in touch with him, you'll have his information to get in touch with him, because those are really good questions. Those are questions that we hear all of the time, Natalie. So don't think that it's bothering us. We hear it all the time.
Yeah. So, because you guys aren't really gonna know, so we expect those questions. So that's why I say ask as many questions as possible. What we try to do is we try to educate you up front too, And then if if we're missing things, then ask them if they don't make sense, if you don't quite understand. We will we will answer those questions for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I mean, that's why I take the time out, during this time to do the Home for the Holidays campaign as well, because I realize that, people have a lot of questions. And I know y'all think that, we are busy. Yes, we are. But, that's the purpose of me taking out this time, even doing trivia, just thinking outside of the box so that we can talk about real estate. We can talk about life, because life happens. And just have an opportunity. We are entering the holiday season. A lot of us have a lot to be thankful for, especially if COVID missed you or missed your loved one, or they were able to fight it off. We're thankful for that. But it's also a time, where we're going to share the information and the wealth of knowledge that we are afforded daily. Like I said, to put you guys in a position to succeed. So if you have, questions, just ask away. That's what we are here for. If you choose your closing time frame, like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. So Natalie asked another question about closing time frame.
Yeah. So the short answer is it depends. With a new builder, kind of not really. Most of the time, the seller's gonna kind of want to partially dictate when you close. Mm-hmm. They can take another offer, like yep. So
they'll say this person can close in 30 days. You 60 days. We're going with the one for 30 days, because their goal as a seller is like a formula that they have. And so because I work with sellers as well, I pretty much know their formula. So over 30 days, it's gonna be like, they might push you to 45. With new construction, you're at the builder's mercy. The builder and Mother Nature, because with the rain, like they can't build your house in the rain. So, you're kind of at their mercy. With the resale in the seller's market that we're in today, they're trying to close between 21 and 30 days. I might can get a 40, a 40 day, especially if your earnest money is looking right and they know that you're credit approved when you come through the door with your pre-approval. But it just really depends.
Right.
And then it also depends on the type of loan that you have. Some loans, like if you have like down payment assistance, or you're in a program or something like that, they may require a certain amount of days. And so we have to keep that in mind too.
Right. All right. Thomas asks, is it good to go through the underwriting first? Yes, it is. But however,
great question.
Lenders are so busy right now that they won't actually do what you call a to be determined. So it's a TBD loan. In other words, you have to have a good lender that kind of knows a file and if it'll get approved up front. We do have tools that we can send it through automated underwriting and stuff like that to get an approval, to know if things will work or not. I actually used to be an underwriter, so that's my advantage versus some other loan officers that never have worked internally like that. I actually used to be in processing and underwriting. So I kind of pre-underwrite the file myself, and I can foresee problems or if it's going to be a really clean file or something like that. But as busy as lenders are right now, they aren't doing what you call a TBD loan, where they'll actually have a true underwriter actually look at the file before you go on the contract. So, I mean, they may be opening that back up with some lenders, but most of them aren't doing it because it's just too busy right now for underwriters to be looking at files that aren't under contract right now. So
that's TBD loan, y'all. To be determined loan. Y'all know y'all got a test at the end. So we got the earnest money, appraisal, inspection. We got a TBD loan. So make sure y'all writing this stuff down, because I'm going to ask you all some questions so that we can see who's going to be the winner of the test. So Natalie had a question. Can you close on a house before it's completely built? The answer is no, and no again. The lender needs a certificate of occupancy before they can release those funds.
And the appraisal has to be as is.
And the appraisal has to be as is. That means the inspector would have had to go out, and the appraiser would have had to go out, inspector, because the city issued the seal.
Right. And that as is can be a little misleading because most people say as is, they think it's, without, it can have problems and be as is. As is means that it actually don't have any problems and nothing needs to be repaired or anything like that. So that can be a little misleading. So the appraisal is gonna come back either 2 ways or 3 ways. It's going to come back as is, and that's what a lender is actually looking for. It coming back as is, or it can come back subject to repairs or subject to completion. So if it comes back on the last 2, subject to repairs or subject to completion, then the lender won't close the loan until those repairs or the completion is done. So if it's not completely built, it'll be subject to completion.
And that is correct. We got about 9 minutes before we are at our hour mark. Does anybody else have any questions for us? Any concerns? You all can always type in the comments, any additional questions, and Reginald and myself will definitely get back to them so that we can make sure that we are serving you in the manner in which you need us. Those are some absolutely great questions. We hear it all the time, but I just love the fact, Reginald, that they're typing them in and they on fire with it, wanting to know, because even if you're not ready to buy like right now, we can get you guys in position, because that's one thing that I can say that Reginald and I do, even if it's not like delay is not denial. So even if it's today, he may say 3 months. So you have a plan of what you need to do for the next 3 months. And so you keep working your plan. I work with the client for a whole year, and she contacted me that December. She came to, I always have like a first time home buyer seminar at the very beginning of the year. She came in January. The next February, she closed on her house. So you just have to have the determination and the tenacity to do what it is that he tells you to do. I have to go to Reginald for myself. I'm gonna use my resources too. So I say, hey, what is it that I need to do blah, blah, blah. So use your resources. That's why we are here. Reginald has his own company. He's a broker, Natalie. She asked, what company are you with, Reginald?
So check it out, mastershomemortgage.com. Can I type in here? I was trying to type it. I don't think I can type
anything in here either. I'm not sure if it's because both of us are on the screen, but I'll type everything in from Facebook.
All right. I think I've tried to type it in. I don't know. But anyway, so Natalie, just go to mastershomemortgage.com. It's really my last name, mortgage.com. mastershomemortgage.com. Sorry, I said my last name, mortgage.com. Yeah. So
yeah, I'm not sure why it's not letting us type in tonight, but this is how technology does. You gotta love it, between choppy Zoom and tumultuous Teams. That's why I'm on another platform, because you never know what you're gonna get. So it's test time. Thomas and Natalie, are y'all ready? Because I got a few questions. I was writing it down. Okay. So, out of earnest money, appraisal, and inspection, which 2 are required? I need you to type them in the chat. So, out of earnest money, appraisal, and inspection, which 2 are required? Let's see who was listening to this good knowledge that was being sent out. Thomas gave us the thumbs up. Thomas, what does that mean? What is the thumbs up? I need to know if earnest money, appraisal, or inspection is required. I gave you 3. 2 of them are required. 1 is optional, but I highly, highly recommend it. Oh, Natalie said appraisal and earnest money. That's right, Natalie. So you get a prize. You get a prize. You get a prize. Thank you so much. Natalie answered the question. So here's the bonus. Reginald talked about a TBD loan. What is a TBD loan? You know how you have a test and they had that bonus question? Whoop, there it is. Thank you, Thomas. I see your answer up there. So what is a TBD loan? What does that mean? Reginald talked about that. I told y'all was going to have a test. Yes, Natalie, it does. TBD does stand for to be determined. But exactly what is it? Because Reginald said they're so busy, a lot of people aren't doing it right now. But what is the advantage of having a TBD loan? I'm gonna help y'all out because sellers like when they see TBD loans. That means that you're already what? Do, 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 do. Cue the Jeopardy music. I'm gonna give y'all about 10 seconds before I give you the answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close, Thomas, but no cigar. Cigars are bad for you too. But the TBD is kind of like being credit approved. So one thing, because Reginald said that he's been an underwriter before, he's been a processor, so he kind of has that edge. But that's when you are credit approved. So even though you're pre-approved, credit approved means that you've gone through that preliminary underwriting. So it's a great, great chance that your loan will be approved. And the savvy sellers love to see that because they're saying, oh, this is a shoe-in. The underwriter has already looked at their file. We definitely want to choose their offer. So that is the answer. Reginald, was there anything else that you had to say to our guest on today?
No, I just I look forward to being able to answer any questions, even if you guys end up going to new construction, have to use a preferred lender or whatnot like that. My goal is to help you, and my purpose is to to inform you guys and advise you guys on the mortgage process. And I'm here to help. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you have additional questions, if you think of anything later, feel free to reach out. And I'll be here to answer anything you have.
Please do, y'all. Put it in the chat. Reach out to Reginald. I'm going to put his information. When is the next session? So we're going to have a trivia. Reginald be invited, but it's a I'm So ATL trivia. So if you're from Atlanta or you've been here for a number of years, you're welcome to participate. I will be giving away prizes as well today. Thomas and Natalie, you have a prize. I need your mailing information so that I can mail it to you. Thank you so much for participating, and just being a part of the kickoff party. I appreciate you. As we try to spread the knowledge, make sure that you tell your friends, tag, like, and share. Natalie, the trivia is going to be actually on October 13th. And then after that, we're going to have something family friendly. We're going to have a pumpkin decorating contest so everybody can submit their photos. And I'll have directions online between October 22nd and October 29th. On October 29th, I will choose the winner of the pumpkin decorating contest. And then based on the entire month of us having the trivia, the kickoff party today, the pumpkin decorating contest, those who have participated, they are automatically entered to win a grand prize drawing for the month of October. And then we roll it around in November, and then we do it again in December. So please make sure that you are tagging, liking, sharing with your family, your friends, your coworkers, everybody that you know. Our goal is to assist 10 people, 10 families, 10 persons that would like to buy real estate, they want to sell their home, or they want to invest. So thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. Reginald, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. You just moved, but you got your office set up and you're on go and on ready. So thank you so much for just coming in like a friend, like you always have. I'm grateful to be in business with you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for always extending a wealth of knowledge to our clients and making them smarter in real estate when they're done. Because we have some stories to tell. I've learned so much, even after 12 years. It's still stuff that you learn, y'all. So
Right.
always be a forever student. Education and real estate, those are probably the two things that I am most passionate about. And that's why I do a lot of seminars, and I'm always talking about real estate, because I want you all to know just as much as I know. So, and if I don't know, I try to go and get the answer. Well, I don't try, I do go and get the answer. So just wanted to let you guys know that. Thank you so much, Reginald. Is there anything else that you want to say before we head out?
No, it is not. So I really appreciate you guys. Appreciate the time. I appreciate you, Trish. And I hope y'all have a good evening.
Have a good evening, everybody. I'll put Reginald's information in the comment section and post it on the page. Natalie and Thomas, I need your information. I'll send you a message on Facebook so that I can get your mailing information and we can mail out your gift cards. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a beautiful day or night.